Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be working on the Dart as per usual lately. But we're going to be installing one of the coolest car parts I think I've ever bought. And that is a custom-made carbon fiber steering wheel with black Alcantara. I got it from a guy named Zen Carbon Fiber on Instagram. I'll be sure to put his Instagram down in the description along with mine. Please give us both a follow if you don't mind. Now, one thing I have to change that I had to go to the pick and pull yard and grab is a black airbag and then just this little trim piece. That's because I have a gray interior car, including a gray airbag, and I just didn't think it would look good. And then one day while turning to the right, this just broke for no reason. I didn't even touch it. I just turned, I grabbed it right here, I turned, and I just heard crunch. And when I returned it back to normal, this piece was just hanging off. It actually has, I don't know if I'm getting it on camera, but it's got some tape holding it on up top. It had some on the bottom, but the one on the bottom just wanted to keep coming off. So I'm going to start disassembly of the wheel, and I'll show you how to do some of it. But I'm going to just get started. I want to talk less, work more. So I'll see you guys in just a second. Peace out. So one of the tools you're going to need is a screwdriver. This is a ratcheting screwdriver with multiple bits. I think I picked this up for, I'd like to say like $20-$30 at Harbor Freight. I love this screwdriver. And then you're going to want to take off just this little clip. I have my smallest bit on here so I can go into this hole and not damage the plastic around it, because obviously this is my personal car, but I'm not using this wheel, but I still don't want to destroy these. And also I have to reuse this back plastic, but you barely see it enough to where I didn't care to get a black one. Plus, at the pick and pull yard where I grabbed these from, that's probably upside down, my bad. Where I grabbed these from, these plastics were not in good shape because clearly the car was crashed. So once you get those off, there's two 10 mils on each side. Remove those and your airbag will come off, and that will expose two screws. I believe there's two right there and right there. And then around back, this is going to be hard to get on camera. Inside those holes, there's little Torx bits. They're all Torx bits. And then you could also take off your plastic trim pieces. And then everything will come apart. And then you just unplug these, just a regular plug. Unplug the airbag, which you'll have, I believe this is just the ground connector. And then you have these two different style connectors. I think this is the ground for the airbag, so like I don't know if you guys actually care to see how this works, but yeah, that's airbag ground, I believe is this one, and then horn, and then that, I think that's power, and that's ground for the airbag. So they're color coded. It's impossible to get them wrong, but it's a very simple thing to take apart. So I'll update you guys again once I have everything disassembled. So I'm giving you another little update. So the airbag is actually different between, I thought they were the same between a Caravan and like any Dodge vehicle from that generation, especially because when you look from the outside, they look the exact same, because they are the exact same, you know, externally, but internally they are different. So this has two connectors that look like this, and then just the one right there. This one has an extra cylinder up here, the ground strap is up there, and then these connectors look completely different. So this airbag will not work, but looking at the side of it, it looks like if you just pull these tabs off, you can take the front plate, the front, like what you see and push on for the horn, you take that off, and that does appear to be the same on this one. So I'm going to see if I could just swap this for this, just move these over, and then honestly just return the airbag, because I got it from a junkyard. It was like 50 bucks. Give me 50 bucks back. I can also show you just how badly broken this is. I don't know how it happened, but yeah, it just fucking broke. So I'm gonna just continue taking things apart, look what I can do about these steering wheels, or these airbags. If not, I'm just gonna have to run a gray airbag, but I have heard that you can paint these if you use like the right vinyl paint. And I rarely ever honk my horn, so it's not like I'm gonna be touching this, especially because the horn on this car sucks and is like broken practically. So I'm gonna just keep going with the disassembly of the steering wheel. So I'll give you guys another update in a minute. Peace. So I have everything disassembled. I just have to take out the center bolt. I feel like if you're doing this, you probably have done a steering wheel before, but if not, if this is your first time, make sure you have your wheels centered and your wheels straight, your actual wheel straight. So when you take this wheel off and you put on your new one, it'll still be straight, or else you'll be driving and it'll be cocked over like that. So just try to get it as straight as possible. And then once you break this nut loose, just back it off a little bit, hold it there, and then pull on the wheel, because if not, it'll shoot off and you can smack yourself in the face, and I'm sure that doesn't feel good. So one other thing I gotta do, just a reminder to myself, take these screws out the back, put them in that. And then once you get everything disassembled, like I still have to get these little connectors right here just to make sure the rear buttons, because on Dodge vehicles there are buttons on the back of the steering wheel, just make sure that I keep these working because they have a high function to the radio. And then just be careful when sliding all your connectors down through here. Another thing is, I'll just be returning the airbag and just painting this one later on, because I don't have the tools to like pull this apart. I would need like some channel locks or something. I don't have any, at least I don't remember where they are. So just wanted to give you guys a quick update on how it's going with the wheel install. So far, things have been pretty good. Slight disappointment with my airbag, but overall, things have been all right. So, see you guys in just a second when I have, hopefully, this wheel off of the car. All right, so everybody, I got the old wheel off. I do have to transfer some of the wiring harnesses over. Anyone doing this on their Dodge Dart, I know it looks like it's hard to get all the wires off of there, and like you, instead of, just in case, because I almost did it, instead of trying to struggle to get the wiring harness out, just realize there's just a clip on the back. It plugs in right into here. That makes it way easier to just, you know, run it out later through the way it's probably supposed to come out. But I still have to transfer a couple things over. Obviously, this back plastic casing has to go onto the new wheel. But overall, this has been a pretty simple process. You wouldn't tell looking at how sweaty I am. I had to take a small break and go inside. Not because it was hot, actually. It felt great outside. It was only like 88 degrees because it was early in the morning. The toolkit I have back here, which is Antoine's, you guys remember him, I'm sure. He didn't have a socket big enough, so I grabbed my toolkit, which only has big sockets, but my ratchet's missing. So I had to have him drop off this mega ratchet right here, which gave me tons of leverage to get the bolt off, which was great. Speaking of it, here it is. It's got some Loctite on it too from factory, so it's a good thing it was so long, or else I probably would have struggled to get the freaking nut off of the steering column. But now that I got everything apart, it's just a matter of transferring over what you need to keep, bolting everything down, and throwing this in the garbage. I might not actually do that. In case I ever sell this car, I might keep my wheel just because it's cool, but who knows? I'd have no use for it, but like I said, who knows? So I'm just going to start taking everything off. I kind of don't know how to transfer over this rear plastic shell, but can't be too hard. I'll figure it out. It might just honestly press together. It looks like they just, there you go. Yeah, it just clips together. So I already got it like pretty much removed now. So I just got to get these wiring harnesses out from around things and then transfer it onto this wheel and then show you guys what it looks like going back together, or, well, with it back together, not going back together. So I'll catch you guys in just a second. Peace out. I wanted to give you an update. It's just a few minutes later, but the wheel is actually in. It's a little hard to get it all in shot. So I'm getting really excited, but first, you know, if you're going to live in Arizona, if you do, make sure you stay hydrated. It's key for not dying out here. So just for anyone doing this on their dart, I want to give as much advice as I can to help. It's with this wiring harness that goes to like your rear buttons and stuff that sticks on the rear plastics. It does loop in front of the wheel. So again, it would make you think that you have to like disconnect this and undo it, which mine actually just popped out. No, if you look right here, you have these two clips. If you just pop these out, the wiring harness comes up enough for you to just take off the plastic piece. It's very simple, but sometimes the simplest things are what people miss, and it just ends up costing you time. So overall, swapping out this rear plastic piece took like all of 2 minutes. If that, honestly, that's being dramatic. So I was looking at the airbag too, because, you know, here's the black one. I'm gonna try to set it in place a little bit. Obviously, I don't have the side moldings, but this is the most ideal look. But because like I've had this wheel for, I'd say, a month now, and I didn't want to install it until I had a black airbag, because I thought this would look really bad. It does not look as bad as I thought, but I'm still going to eventually paint this black. But just want to show, it's not as bad as I thought, honestly. Looks all right. So I'm not going to be as butthurt about it. Another thing I'm going to be doing for anyone who knows me personally and goes in my car who watches my videos, all this, I'm taking it all apart and I'm deep cleaning all of it. Just not going to do it on camera because that's boring. And my videos can already be boring enough to watch as is. So I'm just going to continue with the assembly. I just got excited. Wanted to show you guys how the wheel was looking. Next clip you see, it will be completed. Everything will be back in place. So far, also on the fitment of the Zen carbon fiber steering wheel, it fits great. I didn't have any troubles putting these screws back in the back, so this piece is on solid. Everything fits perfectly. You can see the slots right here still line up into the little recessions into the wheel. So everything goes together well. The quality so far is great, and I will be doing probably a review on this wheel months from now, probably actually a year from now and into next summer. I want to see how this holds up over winter and then some of summer, because I know this stuff can tend to crack or fade, or, you know, the I think this is like epoxy resin that covers up the carbon weave. Sometimes doesn't always hold up to summer heat here in Arizona. So I'll be doing a review on this wheel later on, showing how well the Alcantara holds up. And I'm pretty rough on my cars, so, you know, if this wheel holds up fine, that's because it is a quality piece, and you guys will know that, and I'll be happy to let you know. So see you guys in just a second with the wheel fully assembled. So everybody, the new wheel is on, and as you may notice, I'm in a different location. I went on a short drive to just test the feel of it, and it feels amazing, but also weird at the same time. Because of, I don't know what the word is, chamfered, I guess? Because of the edges on here, you can see the peaks and the valley, I guess, where your thumb would rest. Compared to if I grab the stock wheel, which is still sitting right here, the fucking toolbox on it, pushing it. If I grab the stock wheel, it's just round. There's no like real shape to it. It's mostly just circular, whereas this has kind of these, I don't know how to describe it. It's got a channel where your thumb can rest. It makes doing one of these maneuvers a little weird. Also, if you heard that clunk, I need new top hats, but I may not worry about that and just get coilovers. Another thing is the flat bottom. When you're doing a full like overturn like that, grabbing the flat bottom feels weird because you're just used to grabbing a circle on every car pretty much. That's an economy car. Not a flat bottom. I still like it, and it's something I can easily get used to. These are not downsides. These are just differences than a regular wheel. Another thing is although this is carbon fiber, this wheel weighs more than this. This weighs practically nothing. But this one, it had some heft to it as I'd carry it. So the weird effect is, because the wheel is heavier, the steering is lighter. It's a lot easier to just turn the wheel. like when I'm sitting here not moving, it feels about the same. But when I'm driving, I notice it's a lot easier to just make those small little adjustments and then to turn a corner while rolling. It's kind of like shift knobs. You know, when you have a weighted shift knob, it makes gear changes easier. Yes, I need a shift rebuild. I need a short shifter because this is all before gear engagement. And I tried to get a carbon fiber shift knob to match. I think I did a reasonably well job at that. Overall, this wheel, as of now, to me, 10 out of 10. Fitment is great. There's no ridiculous, like, gaps. It's not, like, worse than OEM between these rear gaps. Everything fits together the way it should. Nothing is out of place. It doesn't creak. This makes slightly more noise than the stock one. But the effect of that is it looks cool as fuck, so it's fine. And then this just feels so comfortable to hold. And the benefit is when it is 110 degrees here in Arizona, this does not get as hot as this. These sat in the car together before installing it. This was almost too hot for me to hold on to while driving comfortably. This, nice and comfortable to just hold on to. Clearly the top and the bottom will get hotter. It'll just be like my shift knob, so I can't bottom grab, just like when the car's sitting in the sun for hours and I first get in, I gotta like do the and then drive without holding on to the shifter. But it is what it is. As long as the main part I hold on to is very comfortable to hold on to. So if you guys want a wheel, make sure you hit Zen Carbon Fiber up. I think my wheel is about $500. You do it in 2 payments, highly customizable. You can get perforated leather, Alcantara, suede. You can get your carbon colored. You can get forged carbon. One of my favorite wheels he made has gold all over it in the carbon. It looks amazing. So make sure you guys go hit him up if you need a steering wheel. That's all for this video. Peace out.